Hey, this is Husker Hype Radio. Follow us on all platforms: Apple, Spotify, YouTube. And don't forget the socials: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at Husker Hype Radio.
Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode number 62 of the Husker Hype Radio podcast. I'm Eddie Rosenthal. We got Aaron Worsfold and Dr. Ewok joining us after the win against UNI, 34-3. Good teams win, but great teams cover. And Nebraska did just that and covered. They're a great football team. Guys, I streamed the game, but I honestly don't remember too much of the game. My sobriety got compromised by a bunch of Iowa and Colorado fans before the game. I had no choice. I feel like it was almost a bit of a sabotage now that I look back on it. And I'm sorry. Next week will be a better stream. It might happen again, though. It might happen again. You know, there's only a few college football Saturdays, and you got to enjoy every single one of them. I had fun, but I honestly wish I remembered a little bit more of the game. So you boys are gonna have to carry me a little bit. I just watched the highlights. It's not like I didn't see it, but things were a little blurry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's all right,
and
Eddie.
that happens. It happens,
How many beers did you have?
bro. I probably had 15 beers before I even got there.
That's a healthy amount of beers.
I did a keg stand. I think I did the record time for the keg stand at the party. No big deal. Only guy wearing Nebraska there. One, it's kind of how we do things. It's
You
kind of how
have
we
to.
do it.
That's the standard.
Yeah, it's yeah. I set the standard there at the party. Um, so let's get into it. What do we got? Recaps from the game. What do you guys got? Your perspective. Both of you went, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Did you guys meet up?
Did not.
No.
David got off work real late. I had to buzz down here, get to our seats, and then just watch the game and then buzz back.
I
What'd you
asked
say?
Eli if he was there. He didn't respond to me. The
I
fucking
said yeah.
asshole.
I texted you back. I said yeah. It was
Oh,
later
did
than
you?
we texted. Yeah,
I think that the service is kind of
Yeah,
shoddy in the stadium.
it
Yeah,
is.
they said the frequencies are out. That they didn't have a drone show this week because of the frequencies. There was a issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a 5-leg parlay that was going into the fourth quarter, and frequency issues were in my head, but we
Where'd
pulled
you
it.
end up sitting, Eli?
It was in front of these suites, but I don't belong up there because you sit down in these chairs and you can't stand up. And if you stand up and you yell, people get mad at you. And I don't belong up there. I can't sit up there anymore. This old grandma started poking me in the back at first quarter. Remember the 4th and 1? Quarterback got it.
Yeah, the one where you're like that's mandatory to stand up,
Yes,
and they told you to
yes.
sit down.
I'm standing up. I'm yelling. She started poking. She's like, nobody else is standing up. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be a long game.
Be like, well, then maybe you fucking should, old lady.
Thank God it was
know?
North Iowa, because if it would have been like an important like North or if it was like Illinois Friday night, I would have been like, hey, go fuck yourself. It's gonna be 4 quarters of fuck you football. So fuck you for the next 4 quarters.
That's honestly ridiculous. That needs to change.
No, I agree with Eli. That's how it was in the South End Zone too. I sat in my normal seats and like people were sitting down. It wasn't that loud, dude. Their first drive, their what, 16 plays in their first drive. It was
10
quiet
minute
in there
drive.
for a lot of it.
10 minute
Yeah.
drive. I was going nuts. I was losing it.
Well, I
Yeah.
feel like maybe it's an importance of the game. I mean, every game is important, but last week Colorado, dude, I felt like everybody was up for every single play.
Yeah, basically. It was like yeah, it wasn't like that at all, unfortunately.
But if we want to be called
No.
the best fans in America, then we got to act like we're the best fans in America, and that requires standing up on every play on defense.
It's
Yeah,
the
we can.
standard. It's the standard. It's that simple.
Right, right. Did you flip her off, Eli? Did you say some mean words to that old lady?
I did not. I took a deep breath. I turned around and I sat down.
All right. Well, that's Nebraska nice.
And I decided that I'm never sitting up there again. I belong in the general pop. I belong screaming. I don't belong up in the fancy spots. I don't belong.
That pisses me off, bro. That really grinds my gears.
It pissed me off, and I've accepted reality that those people, they don't really. They're just kind of chilling, just watching a football game. I'm there going to war, so it's something
I
else.
mean, they do have a place in Nebraska. They're probably giving a lot of
money. Yes. Yeah.
they're giving money, but still, fucking stand up. You know.
I
Stand up.
think the initial takeaways as I was leaving the stadium was kind of similar to Colorado. I was like, yeah, the score is 34-3, but for some reason I feel not satisfied. We didn't
Well,
want, we only ran what, 40, 48 plays or something like that?
we
45.
all said too in our score predictions. Everybody had over 40 points, and I'm very surprised we didn't have over 40 points. I was 55-0. Eli had 52. Aaron had 49. I mean, I really did want one of those games where we just fucking, we just light the house on fire, and it hasn't happened yet. But does that go back to our conversation last week? How much are we?
Showing.
Yes, right. Like
Rule said
if
it in
we
his
can
press
win
conference.
football games,
He said this is preseason for him. How much do NFL coaches show in preseason?
right?
Nothing. They don't show anything.
That's a big quote from Matt. Actually, that's
Yeah.
that kind of tells you where his head's at right now. Now it's conference play. We're a quarter into the season, boys. We're a quarter into the season.
I hate that
That's
stat.
Yeah.
that sucks, dude.
And that's why you stay up and you yell every single game. Because even though it's a little game, you're already a quarter of the way through the season. Enjoy it while
Right.
you're
Yep.
doing it.
Yeah, I think that might be a lot of it too. Is where we're and hey, we covered too. It's not like we didn't cover either. We're doing better than what Vegas expects of us, and those guys are pretty damn good at their job. Um, so I don't know. It is. I would love to see the barn burner. Everybody wants to see a barn burner, but maybe we'll see one this Friday against Illinois. You know, maybe
Yeah.
this is where we bring out all the hot toys.
And UNI, I mean, credit to UNI, great university, Cedar Falls, Iowa. They came out. Coach Farley, he had a good game plan. He ran the damn ball, kept the ball out of Nebraska's offense, and especially that first drive. First drive when they were picking up those third down conversions, making it third and short every time. I was like, dude, is this gonna be the full like all game? They're just gonna pound us all game.
Yeah,
Uh,
that had to be a big part of their game plan was to keep it on the ground and get it out of Raiola's hands as much as you can. Because I mean, that offense, dude, when we have the ball, we score.
we score.
I think what it was within the first 5 minutes, I think we scored a touchdown, right?
We
That
had the
first
ball.
drive
We
was
had the ball first, and we scored to 75 yards right away.
yeah, that first drive was lightning quick, dude. That was fucking beautiful. Carter Nelson with his first touchdown. Let's talk about Carter Nelson, guys.
He's a dog.
Third game playing 11-man football. It's crazy.
Yeah, and he had the most targets, most receptions, four receptions for 48 yards, one touchdown. I mean, he was the best receiver on the team in that game, stats wise. And what do we think about Carter Nelson staying at receiver or moving to tight end next year? I like him at receiver, man. He's a big guy, but also, dude, he played 8-man football and could pound everybody. But we got tight ends, bro.
Yeah.
We got tight ends. Keep him at receiver. That's my opinion. What do we think?
I think if he's naturally getting bigger, don't do anything to hold his size back. If he grows into a tight end, he becomes a tight end. But if he stays at that weight, that size, don't force him to be a tight end. Wherever his body takes him. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
But it's Carter's body, Carter's choice.
Yes.
Yes. I'm very pro choice.
Carter's body, Coach Rule's choice.
Yeah, I was gonna say actually not really his choice. Yeah, it's really not his choice. You're moving to tight end, bud.
We think he's the best receiver at the game. Do we think that Dylan is very good at spreading the ball around?
Mm-hmm.
He's Patrick Mahomes is almost as good as Dylan Raiola at spreading the ball around. I think that's what we need to start doing. We need to start comparing Patrick Mahomes to Dylan Raiola from now on. The country they're getting it twisted, dude. Mm-hmm. It's they need to take video. Do you see how much Patrick Mahomes is copying Dylan Raiola? I think that needs to be the headlines here on Twitter and stuff because that's what it is.
From Husker Hype Radio. That's the headline.
Yeah. We need to change the narrative. Do we think that we're going to see a breakout receiver this season, or is it just going to be the same thing? Defenses they're not going to know who to put their best guy on because whoever you put him on will throw the other way.
That's true, but I think Isaiah Neyor is becoming that kind of guy. But we've been in so many games that we've been blowing the ball out that we don't really need to throw the ball. I think Isaiah Neyor is our best receiver.
I'd have to agree with you, Eli. I'm a little underwhelmed with Jamal Banks right now.
I was about to say the same thing, Eddie.
What did he have? I think he had one catch for 4 yards for 13 yards.
Preseason. It's preseason.
preseason. Yeah. Ja'Cory Barney Jr. Dude, I would argue the best 2 out of the 3 receivers are true freshmen. Ja'Cory Barney, Carter Nelson, and Isaiah Nair.
Yeah.
Eli's thinking right now.
That's tough. That's tough. I like Jamal Banks, dude. I know the
I
production's
like
not
him
there, but
too.
Yeah, I would say in
the
terms of
process.
production, 25% of the season end, it's those three guys, I would say.
Jalen
Well,
Lloyd.
maybe not even Carter, because this was Carter's first coming out game, you know?
Right.
And
Right.
Fedoni, it's still Fedoni, dude. I know that he hasn't done what
There,
people expect him, but if you watch him run block, he is a great piece. And maybe that's not receiving, but that dude's a great tool to
yeah.
have.
Yeah, and also it's they haven't even opened up the Tommy Fedoni playbook yet. That
Yeah.
it's just there's a lot of things that we're gonna see, and it's gonna be fucking awesome. I'm so happy that I'm a big Red football fan. Um,
First ranked matchup coming up. I know we're not getting to that this time, but
right,
first ranked matchup
right,
coming up since like what 10 years it feels like, maybe longer.
dude. Exactly. I don't even know. There's a stat that I put on here. Something since 2005. Oh, this is for the defense. So what do we offense? Are we happy considering Matt Rule hasn't opened up the playbook yet? We covered, you know. I
One last
think
thing on offense: Micah Makuza did not play last game, and he is not going to start against Illinois this week. Hunter Lutovsky is going to start.
Micah Makuza wasn't even in the fucking stadium, dude. What's going on here? What?
Speculation, a lot of speculation, but Matt Rule said he won't play this week, and he's got personal things going on with him. So that's as much as we're going to get.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to spread rumors, but I heard Buddy was on the ganja after the game in Colorado. Which I mean, don't blame the guy. You got to smoke that Colorado pack after beating the Buffaloes. You know, like it's
Yep, makes sense to
it's
me.
yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me. Apparently, Matt Rule isn't down with the weed, dude. Matt Rule is not down with the weed. Neither is the state of Nebraska. Um, what else do we got? Yeah, so Micah Makuza is is this just kind of Matt Rule instilling culture? You think more than because he's obviously he's better than Henry Lutoski, who's going to start this week for us on Friday, but it's like that. I think that is a big statement on Matt Rule's belief in how to establish culture, and a strong foundation is you're going to take out arguably your best lineman on the team just to show that, hey, we're either going to do things the way that I want them to be done here, or you're not even going to be on the sideline with us. You know,
Mhm.
that's a pretty strong statement. And like it or not, that's what Matt Rule is doing here at Nebraska. And I mean, I gotta respect it. As much as I like, I want our best players on the field. It's about building something bigger.
Mhm.
Yeah, in 2 years when Raul was a junior, we'll be thankful that little things like this happened.
Right. Right. Let's just hope Raiola doesn't get on that, doesn't buy Swishers after the football game. You know,
No, Rayola was like, I'm going home and I'm gonna watch film tonight, buddy. He's a true fucking dog, true
yeah.
player.
I mean, I think Dylan Raiola wants to be the best quarterback in the world, and this is not anything light for him, dude. This is more than a game. This is his family's fucking in his blood.
So I
Like
saw
he
he
wants.
was ranked like top 10 for quarterbacks in the power rankings right now. What do you guys think about that?
Number
I
one,
love it. It
number one.
it shows, dude. It shows. Numbers don't lie, man. And it's more than him even putting up the stats, bro. It's the whole team coming behind a fucking true freshman. He's
Yeah.
leading them out of the tunnel walk every game. A true freshman, my hero.
I
You
would
know,
rather, I would truly rather have him than any other quarterback in college football, just because of his family ties and everything like that. Is there anybody else you guys would have over him?
dude, it just means more.
Aaron, I
It
know you got
just
somebody.
means more.
No, I agree. I was just trying to think. The only name off the top of my head, maybe Arch Manning would be kind of dope. That'd be kind of sick.
Fuck Arch Manning, dude.
Well, I'm just
Fuck.
saying, if I had to say somebody else, like that's
If
the
I
first one
had to say
in my head.
one, if I had to say one, it'd be Cam Ward.
No,
I
no.
would take Arch Manning. Having the Manning family in Nebraska would be
Yeah,
pretty.
that'd be
That'd
legendary.
be dope.
Especially, yeah, yeah. Do you
But
guys
we
what?
don't. It's Raiola. It's Raiola season. And he's
What
not
do you
playing.
guys think about an offensive grade for the week? What do we? Where are our thoughts out there?
C.
C. So
Hmm.
Eli's not happy. Eli's not happy. They extrapolate. I was gonna say A.
No, we don't deserve an A. Raiola threw an interception. He threw at least 3 deep balls.
Yep.
There's some missed
But
blocking.
that interception, you could argue that interception like that. I thought that was tie goes to the offense, bro.
If Matt Rule's
And
not arguing with it, if he's calling it first interception, that's what it is. And Raiola, he's going back to film. He's not like, well, if you call it this way, that boy is saying no. That I'm not putting that ball in the spot to be argued.
Yep.
So there's some
Okay.
stuff to fix up against
He said
a
in
bad.
his press conference too. He's like, if I just had it in front of him, that's a touchdown. So
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was Jalen Lloyd. If he puts that ball in front of him, yeah, touchdown easy. And it needs to be a touchdown against Big Ten teams. We have a touchdown shot like that. We have to make it against Ohio State. Have to.
right,
yep.
right. It can't be a contested ball.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I think C might be a little too low, but like C plus B minus is probably where my head's at. I mean, they had 4 drives in the first half. They scored touchdowns on 3 of them. Can't be mad about that. Second half a little shaky. I think B minus is appropriate.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, not in the A range, I guess. I'll agree with you guys, but definitely not a C. Somewhere in the B's, I think, for our offense. I
Well,
mean,
if our
Tristan
offense is
Alvano, two
what? Alvano, what?
2 for 2. Tristan Alvano, how long were they?
How long?
19 and no, what was it?
And they were in
230
the and they were in the middle of the
yards.
fucking field too.
Yeah. They made sure to put him right.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah.
I mean, you gotta like it for him though, dude. That does put some confidence under his belt.
I hope so. Doesn't put any
Um,
confidence underneath my belt, but hopefully his.
John
Okay.
Hall kicked 1 extra point. I didn't know that until just now looking at the box score.
Interesting.
Defensive takeaways. What'd you boys think? The main one I had written up there was, is our defense on the field too long? Can we not get off the field when it matters? Is our offense scoring too fast to lead the defense on the field? What do we think about that?
Let's flip that. So is the offense taking too little time on the field? I don't think you can ever be mad with the offense scoring 6. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. They can score it in 10 seconds. I don't give a fuck. If we're getting points on the board, then I mean that's what the offense is made to do, right? You're there to score points. It doesn't matter how fucking long it takes. Let's score points. But the defense, them being on the field too long, I think that's a little bit of a concern against Northern Iowa.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of concern. Jamari Butler was out. Makai Bayer out for the first half. So missing 2 big key defensive guys for that first half. And here's the thing too is we're playing a lot of guys on defense still. And I think that come Big Ten play, we're going to see that number dwindle down a lot. And it's going to be the guys who can make plays every single play. Here's that stat that I wanted to bring up. They've allowed just 20 points in their first 3 games, lowest number since 2005. However, the defense allowed 180 yards after contact this game, 100 more than their season average, or 180 yards after contact. I don't know if that's all 3 or just this game, but yeah, UNI putting up 300 yards against our defense is a little concerning.
Just bad tackling. That's all it was. Just bad tackling. Just missed tackling.
I think the boys said that, and they understood that that's what it is. So if you diagnose the problem, I mean, you got to get it done. So time of possession, Northern Iowa had it for 38 minutes, Nebraska for 22. They won the time of possession.
That first drive, they had the ball for 10 minutes. That's a third of that time.
I mean, that also has to go a little bit with our offense scoring quicker than usual. But and also that was UNI's game plan too. Keep the ball on the ground and fucking run out the clock so that they don't give it to Dylan.
Part of the reason why I gave us a B minus is it felt like when we needed to run the ball, we couldn't really do that. And that's kind of why I posed the question about, are we scoring too fast because we're just throwing the ball? Granted, like you said, Eddie, it's, we're putting points on the board, so it's not a big deal, but I'd like to see us put them away with the run, especially in the second half.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I really that's tough to kind of decipher there.
Shout out to UNI's quarterback Dunn. He was a ball player, bro, and then he got smacked at the end of the game and had to come off the field.
Prince William and Yellen lit him
Dude,
up. Oh my god.
Welcome to Lincoln. Welcome to Lincoln.
That was a hardest hit I've seen in a while.
yeah, in a while. I can't wait to. I'm gonna watch that one after this podcast and just.
Yeah, can you send that in the chat? I need to see this.
Yeah.
Well, Ty Edwards though, their running back who averages 157 yards a game, carried the ball for 10 times for only 37 yards. So we shut down their running back, who best player on the team on the offense at least. You got to be happy with that, but yeah, I think it just comes down to it's more of fundamentals in that game more than execution. It's like we were there to make the stops. From what I remember correctly, fuck boys,
Yeah.
I'm kind of speaking out of my blurry head.
No, I
right
would
now.
agree. I would agree with that.
Besides the quarterback runs, we got exposed, and Illinois is going to do that.
Well,
Yeah,
but
Coach Rule said
Altmaier,
that too. I think Altmaier, he's like more of a. I haven't watched much Illinois tape yet, but from what Rule said, Altmaier's going to be a pretty mobile quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's as athletic as UNI's quarterback though.
Well,
Also-
when we knock his ass out of that game, it won't matter. So
No, that's what I'm saying. When it's Friday night, fucking 400 sellout game and the stadium is rocking and he can't even fucking hear his own thoughts in between his two ears, and he has to go and his hands are shaking because he sees Mackay Bayer growling at him and Polar Bear frothing from the mouth, ready to light his head on fire. Like it's gonna be a little bit of a different game than what he's used to. It's not like you're in Lawrence, Kansas, and these guys are fucking no, you're in Lincoln, Nebraska, dude, and you got 90,000 fucking screaming at you, and you got 11 guys on the other side of the field hungry for blood. Okay, it's a little bit of a different thing. It's Friday night. The whole entire nation is watching. There's no other game on.
oh god,
Playing against the fucking Blackshirts, dude.
You guys know every
Come on.
game so far, the starting quarterback has not finished the game against our defense.
You gotta take the straw out of the shake, baby. You know?
UTEP starting quarterback came out third quarter. Shadur didn't finish the game, and then last game that dude got lit up bad.
And that's fucking black shirt football, baby. That's
I love
that's
that.
punishment.
I love that.
That is
that's-
punishment.
That's setting a tone of you do not want to play us because you will not be the same team after you play us,
Yeah.
regardless
And
of
you
win
know,
or lose.
against Colorado too, Jamari said, "Hey, Two's not finishing the game. Two's not gonna finish the game," and he didn't finish the game.
Oh,
You gotta love that, dude. Two said, Dad, my head kind of hurts. Dad, can you guys warm up the buses? My
warm
My
up
head
the
hurts.
buses.
they see his
Dad,
brother back from the locker room in a cast. He can't play anymore. That's got to be he's probably scared. I'd be scared too.
yeah, dude.
Oh, I'd be
yeah.
fucking pissed scared, bro.
I can't wait until there's actually piss running down someone's leg.
Or shit,
I
someone
can't
shits himself and
wait.
get hit so hard.
Someone's gonna poop themselves against the black shirts, bro. They're gonna have black shorts. The black
Oh.
shirts are gonna give people black shorts. Title. That's the title right there.
That's funny.
Black shirts giving black shorts.
Drop the mic.
Brown
What
brown
other
shorts.
any other defensive takeaways? I mean, Hartzog with the interception, right?
Hartzog with the interception. He's got 2 on the year so far, correct?
Yes, 2.
Yeah. And that's credit to Tommy Hill on the other side being locked down and Hartzog being able to make those plays, you know. It's like you're not going to throw it Tommy Hill's way, but if you throw it Malcolm Hartzog's way, you just can't win. You can't win against this defense. And yeah, to sum it all up, I'd say execution not there, but play calling and
3 points.
3 points. 3 points.
Execution was there. 3 points.
3. Yeah. What are we fucking even talking about right now? They scored 3 points. That's all pretty much all we had to say, really.
Off a 10-minute drive, and what did you say? 33 minutes.
I think they had
Controlling the
about
ball.
38 minutes.
Yeah.
3
And
points.
I'm looking at the box score right here for the defense, and there's there's double the amount of guys that made tackles for Nebraska than did UNI. So we just got guys playing, and that's another preseason part of the game is where you're trying to find out who are the guys that can be in there for all 4 quarters. It's not like let's see who can play. We have a little bit of wiggle room here against an FCS team. Let's fucking put some guys in the game, give them some playtime experience, and then those guys that really stand out, they're the ones that are going to be playing in conference play.
Yep.
And that's it's Matt Rule football. This is Nebraska football.
He talked about today in our press conference about our upcoming schedule. Do you guys think Indiana and Rutgers will be ranked too, just like Illinois?
I think Indiana will be.
I think Rutgers will be.
Dude, let's go. That's going to look good for us. That's getting us in the 12 team. I think I'm going to put the bet in tonight. I'm going to put $100 that we're going to make the playoffs.
I did that at the start of the year.
You did?
$100.
Nice.
We forgot to mention this in the offense. What about the package for Harburg? Him coming in 3 straight plays.
So I heard Matt Rule the very post game press conference, not today, but he said that you just do that because that's minutes that a team has to waste on a whole nother package, And we might not even do it at all next week if we don't have to.
Probably won't.
Fuck. Probably won't because we don't need to because Dylan Raiola is gonna fucking execute them. I mean, if we do, then great, but we won't. It's a time waster for that defense, their practice schedule. And if you don't prepare for it, then we do it, and they don't know what the fuck to do, and Heinrich Harburg scores a 75-yard touchdown.
It's always nice to have in your back pocket. It's always nice.
Exactly.
The crowd was electric. They were pretty excited to see him come in the game. And
I did not like when the student section said we want Harburg. Don't you ever fucking disrespect.
Were they saying we want him or were they saying we love him? I couldn't really decipher.
I thought it was one, but I don't know. But either way, you don't ever disrespect Dylan Raiola like that.
Yeah. No, but I love Heinrich Harburg.
So do I, but it's just.
Do you think regardless though we should see him on the field more?
No.
No, you don't. No.
Nope.
I mean, like he's QB too. You guys made a good point a couple weeks ago. Like if God forbid something happens to our precious Dylan, like he is the guy. He's the guy.
Aaron, don't even fucking say that shit.
That's why I said God forbid.
Don't even fucking say that.
I'm knocking on wood right now.
I got. Yep. What else do we got here, fellas? Who do we think was the MVP for the defense this game? The defense is our star, as Matt Rule says. Colorado has Travis Hunter and Shadur Sanders. Our star is the whole defense.
Isaac Gifford and John Bullock. I'm seeing them here on the highest 2 on the total tackles, but they really did seem like they're everywhere during the game.
Yeah, hats to the football. Hats to the ball. Gotta love it. I mean, also, dude, let's we talked about this, but Jamari Butler being out, I think he's a game changer. I really do, bro. He's a mean motherfucker, bro.
And then they held him out because of just to make sure he was ready for next week.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like get this guy 100% healthy. We can win without him. And he's not gonna lose any steps missing a game. He's Jamari Butler from Mobile, Alabama.
I think defensive MVP would have to be Marquise Buford for coach coverage, and he's going to be a big player coming up this upcoming week against just in the Big Ten in general. That second corner is going to be huge.
Yeah, dude, I forget that Hartzog is our safety. He's not even a corner.
Yeah. You can't really tell with our defense, though. You never know what position they're playing.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking, too.
That's true. As of right now, who do you think the best unit is in our defense? Secondary, linebackers, or line?
It's line.
Yeah, it's line, I think.
They cause chaos, bro.
The entire Northern Iowa game plan was about sending fullbacks to chip block, and their entire defense cutting the entire game. It was their coach had a good game plan to stop our defensive line, and we had no sacks, so they executed that, but they still scored 2 points.
So,
UNI kind of was similar to UTEP in that way, where they're like, we're getting the quarterback out of the pocket, or we're having him throw the ball fast because we don't want him to get lit up.
And he did. He did.
We got
Out of the
9
game.
minutes left here. What do we want to wrap up? Any final takeaways? Do we want to mention special teams? I mean, they played great for no misses, so that's huge.
That is huge.
Yeah, give me. I don't really remember a lick of special teams at all. So my recap. First quarter, I remember the first touchdown. That was a great drive. Pretty much remember all that. And then the second quarter, Anton said that I didn't say a word for the whole entire second quarter. I just stared in through the TV. Halftime came on. I took a big fat nap. Woke
Oh
up
God.
with 10 minutes left in the third quarter. Said, let's not stream. I'm too sauced right now. I can't even, I don't even want to show my face.
Eddie.
Something happened in the fourth quarter, and then I got juiced up and I said, let's go. Turn on the camera. We're streaming.
You gotta stream through those fucking moments where you're like, I can't do it. You just gotta do it. That's where the best content comes from.
Dude, it does, bro. But it's like when I got Anton, God bless Anton, he's great, but he just doesn't know Husker football. And then I got Cam, an Ohio State fan. He's wearing the corn suit, and he Cam took about 12 of these throughout the whole game. He just kept pouring beers into this and was chugging freedom funnels. I don't know how he stayed awake, but he did. He didn't drink 15 beers before the whole game like I did. But yeah, and then fireball shots too on top of that. It was a mess. It was probably the sloppiest stream in Husker Radio history. I don't know, Aaron. We did have some sloppy ones back in the day.
I think the sloppiest stream was like one year we were living at 10:23 and we did the whole like 9 a.m. Nebraska game and like watched football all day, got hammered. And then in the middle of the night, we're like, let's stream this Hawaii versus Fresno State game.
Yo,
Or
it was like LSU and
yeah.
somebody else.
It was
Yeah.
like some West Coast late game. We're like, dude, we could totally just commentate this right now, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's what I texted you guys. Most drunk I've ever been since Northwestern in Nebraska when we won like 55-3. And I was like, Scott Frost is we're going to win a national championship. And 55 points, that's like
Who was
7
the running back that
fireball
went nuts?
shots.
Who was the running back? Marquise Yant? Marquise Yant, wasn't that his name?
Yaquez.
Jaquez Yant.
Yeah, because he went crazy that game.
Yeah, him and then Xavier Betts had that big reverse touchdown. We got very rowdy. That's one of the greatest highlights from Husker Radio history. You remember that when Aaron's screaming, he just I don't want to scream really right now, but I gotta save my voice. This stream, this next one up and coming it's gonna be good. Friday game. I'm excited for that. We're gonna do another preview on Wednesday. Should come out either Wednesday night or Thursday. I'm stoked. I'm fired up for Illinois and Nebraska. Big Ten conference, Big Ten football, boys.
Ranked. Big Ten.
Now it's ranked Big Ten football. We're playing for something. We're playing for a spot in the playoffs. Like this season fucking matters. 3-0 to start since I don't even know when, dude.
2016, I think is what it is.
Probably, yeah, we're like what Mike Riley's last year or something, dude. No Scott Frost. None of that.
No.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I was 13 years old last time this happened.
that's insane to think about, dude. I was able to drive a fucking car.
I was in college drinking beer, you fucking pussies.
Oh, whoa!
I'm just
Aaron,
kidding.
go date
That
yourself,
was kind of out of
Don't
pocket.
date-
Yeah,
yeah, that turned on
oh
you, bro.
shit, Aaron's so old. Yeah, that didn't come out right. Both of you guys just looked at me like I'm a fucking pedophile.
Okay, all right, Grandpa Wars. Oh, did you get any flock on your hat? Your dumb
Actually, all game, all day, everybody was like, "Oh, you're repping both, cool." Because everybody was like, "UNI is a poverty game." I think that's why people weren't like up for it, like they were obviously for Colorado. So it's like everybody was super nice about it. And then at the very end, I was walking out of the stadium. Some dude goes, "You should burn your fucking hat," and I was like, "All right."
Yeah, that's a good point. Is that you did it at the right game? Like if you were to wear an Illinois hat this week, dude, I'd be like, you're. But the people did speak, Aaron. The poll, we put out the poll, and buddy, I'm sorry to say, but you're a dumbass.
That's all right. We already knew that was going to be the
You're a
case.
dumbass.
That was fucked up. I was hammered when I saw that poll come out, and I was just like, "Damn, dude! Like, call me a dumbass." God, I was like, "You could call me anything, but a dumbass. That one kind of hurts."
Dumbass does sting.
Yeah, and it hurts when it comes from some of your best friends too. Like, Jesus Christ.
Hey, I wouldn't say that if I didn't love you, Aaron.
That's all right. I appreciate that.
All
Cool.
right, boys. So we'll record next Wednesday here. We'll get this pod out tonight, tomorrow morning, sometime within the next
We can get it out
20
tonight.
hours. All right.
Amen.
Anything else? Special teams? You want to touch on that?
Now.
Brian Buschini solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian
Yep.
Buschini could be Big Ten punter of the year. I think so.
We did have a roughing the kicker call against their or roughing the punter or whatever. That was kind of annoying because
Oh, we did.
yeah.
I think I remember that a little bit.
But other than that, it was decent.
Yeah, but then that's also what was the thing that we were talking about last week where it's like those types of things. That's what you'd rather want to fix rather than like not being aggressive. You know, like you can fix. Those guys are going 100 miles an hour. They're wanting to make a play. It didn't turn out right. You'd rather fix that than them fucking letting up and not trying to go for the block, you know? Like that's very coachable. You can fix that, you can teach that, you can get them to jump at the right time, whatever it may be.
Yeah, we were talking about Carter Nelson, that first play when he lit that dude up.
Yeah. Effort's there. Intention is there, execution not. But that's what coaches are for.
Young
Yes,
team
sir.
playing for an important game. Very young team playing a very important game.
Yeah, and those guys want to go out and make plays. We're giving young guy who got the flag, do you know?
I don't think it was a name I recognized. I could look it up, but
I mean, regardless, it's
Yeah.
it's guys out there wanting to make a play and fighting for a position. I think you almost outcome wasn't what you wanted, but that's I'm not mad at that.
Nope, trying to get a block on special teams, never going to complain.
No.
I think this was on Isaiah Nayor. It says,
Okay, so that's our dog at wide receiver going out and wanting to make a play. Like just
yeah,
you
on
know,
special teams. That's
like,
a lead from the front, baby.
yeah,
Yep.
lead from
Yep.
a guy who can score touchdowns for us says, "Hey, I'm going to put my body on the line, and sacrifice, and fucking." You got to love that. You got to love
Senior.
that. Yeah.
Colorado don't have that.
No, they don't. Travis wouldn't do that.
No.
He wouldn't do that. All right, boys. Well, that was episode 62 of the Husk Rape Radio podcast. I'm Eddie Rosenthal, Dr. E-Rock, Aaron Worsfold, all in the virtual Zoom building right now. Guys, I'm sad that I'm out in perfect weather here in Denver, Colorado. I don't know what I'm going to do come mid-October when it's cold as fuck. Wi-Fi in my room sucks. I don't want to use my roommate's room. I might just be out here in a Carhartt and snow pants, just grinding it out, drinking Fireball and talking, you know?
Get it
Yep.
done.
Yep,
Just
that's
Get it done. Get it
complete
done.
the
has to
job.
happen.
Regardless, pods will come out. Pods will be here. Folks, as always, bleed red, shit corn, and go
Oh,
big
Go big
red.
red, baby.